want your business to go to another level, you must try to learn and hear something new. So make a change today. So don't procrastinate and see your business grow and change. So check out Drastic Results, yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor. Toni Harris Taylor. Drastic Results, oh yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor. Yeah, yeah.
Are you a franchisor grappling with how to stimulate your franchisees' growth and revenue? Are the phrases, "I'm not comfortable networking," "I'm an introvert"? Enter Toni Harris Taylor, your answer to these challenges. With her expert guidance and program, you can empower your franchisees to conquer networking and community outreach. Toni's program is designed to equip your franchisees with the skills and confidence to show up to the right events with the right people. It goes beyond making connections. It's about nurturing and leveraging these relationships. It's about following up, collaborating, and generating leads and referrals to maximize conversions. And ultimately, increased revenue for your franchisees and for you, the franchisor. Are you ready to unlock this potential? Reach out to us at 832-479-2088. Let's embark on this journey of growth and success together.
Hey there, it's Toni Harris Taylor with another fabulous author of The Road to Entrepreneurship Starts with Why, Drastic Steps to Success. My name is Toni Harris Taylor. I'm the CEO and founder of Drastic Results Marketing and Sales Coaching and franchisee with Network in Action. And I'm excited to introduce you to Jeanna Bumpas. Jeanna and I have been friends for well over 10 years now. We met at a chamber event in a small country town, even though we live in Houston. And that began our love story. And she's like a sister to me. She's a client. She trusts me with her business. And I'm just grateful to have her in my life. Welcome, Jeanna Bumpas.
Thank you, Toni. It's a pleasure to be here and just an honor to just continue doing life with you, alongside you, our families, and our businesses.
Thank you, sis. So, in your own words, who are you and what do you do?
So, in my own words, I am first and foremost, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a caregiver, I'm a business entrepreneur, a wealth strategist that has a deep rooted passion to inspire and encourage and empower other women entrepreneurs through just encouragement, wealth strategy, motivation, and a champion blueprint.
Yeah, that word champion means a lot to you. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're going to weave that throughout this conversation. Why do you love what you do?
Toni, I love what I do for a number of things, but first and foremost, and this might just be a little selfish, is the freedom and flexibility that I have. So family is so important to me, and I need to be in an environment where I have freedom and flexibility to adjust and to adapt and to show that resilience to where I can be there for my family when needed. And so from the personal side, that's why I love what I do. But it's so rewarding when, like, I know I have a spiritual gift. I know I have a gift to encourage and love women, and to see them grow and to see leaving a legacy where the world's better today than it was yesterday.
Wow. Wow. Watching women grow and become the champion of their own lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you have done that so well for your own self. And so, but I got a question for you because you went through a period where you didn't know which direction to go, and we'll tell that story. But what is your why? What was the why that drove you to become an entrepreneur? And then by extension for you, stay an entrepreneur
Mhm.
because you could have went and got a job at any time.
Yeah. I think I just did the hard thing. Like, entrepreneurship is not easy, it's hard. And I have never been somebody that backs down from challenges. We are all going to go through struggles. We're all going to go through a time where we doubt ourselves. We're all going to go through pits of hell, for lack of better words. But when you can overcome those obstacles, when you can see the positive in your world crushing down upon you, like that, it's just fulfilling. It's fulfilling to say, look, I was a mom at 14, married, divorced, married again, graduated in the top 10% of my 5% of my high school class, got a master's degree in business and finance, working, raising a family. That's just resilience. That's perseverance, right? And the way that I look at it is, if I can do it, so can you. There's nothing special about me. And I look at, if Toni can do it, so can I. So when you set your eyes on what really matters most, it's not about the money. Money does great things. We can do some bad things, but set your why on what really matters most. And for me, it's just living a life to where I've got that freedom and flexibility to be with my family, my grandbabies, and I can help other women realize, sister, your dream's not dead. Just because you had a little mishap at 14, wound up pregnant, your life's not over.
That's
It's
right.
it's just begun. So yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
do what I do.
And so you've got your why, helping women to realize if you can do it, they can do it. If
Mhm.
another woman out there is walking through her challenges, bouncing back, then they can do it.
Yeah.
So how does that why motivate you to keep going?
So it just reminds me that no matter how bad someone may perceive their situation is, their businesses, their finances are, their relationship is, there's always going to be someone out there that has it a little bit worse. And I'm not trying to be negative Nancy here. And
Mhm.
so, but there's also somebody out there that has it better. So my thoughts are, when you can have an attitude of gratitude, when you
Mhm.
can be thankful, and you'll hear me say that a lot. I'm thankful for the things I have, and I'm thankful for the things I don't have. So just having an attitude of gratitude and just knowing, look, it could be worse, Jeanna Bumpas. It could be worse. But you know what, sister? It could be a whole lot better. So let's just keep striving for excellence.
So so how do you define success, Gina? And how has that definition evolved since you first started?
Love that question. For me, I define success by being in alignment with your goals for your life, personally and professionally. So be in alignment, like, first identify what those goals are. Okay. Because one person's success is going to look totally different than somebody else's success. And if you try being someone else, you're always, you're either going to be number two or last. So success to me is, where am I in my space and time today? Because seasons of life change. What are my goals? And am I adhering to those goals? You know what? 5 years ago, for me, success, I would have been bragging about, oh man, I'm like crushing it. I'm working, so many hours, sun up to sundown. Like, I'm on
Mhm.
these phone calls all the time. I'm on these business meetings all the time. For me, that was success. But today, as a wealth strategist, my success is I don't have to work 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my freedom and my flexibility, and I don't have to continually be on that hamster wheel. So success is different in seasons of life from person to person. But for me today, I just believe in general success is what are your goals? Are you aligned with those goals and aspirations and walking that walk?
Some, it does evolve. And
Mhm.
most of the time, when people start their businesses, their definition of success is being able to pay their bills and stay in business.
Yeah,
But it gets so much bigger as you continue to walk on that journey.
yeah.
So this is a great question for you because I know the background of your life. How do you stay motivated and focused on your goals, especially when life is lifing?
Yeah, and we know life is always life. And so the way that I stay motivated and focused on my goals is, first of all, and I'm just gonna be fully transparent. Um, you just got to keep moving. Women like me, I just have to keep moving because life is going to happen. And if we stop, and if we're not, doing what we need to do to reach those goals, to fulfill those aspirations, then nothing's going to happen. And so you don't have a choice. Through perseverance, you just have to keep moving. And so for me, I just know that there's really no other option. There's people depending on me. My family needs me. There's women out there that I have an obligation and I have a duty to just keep inspiring women through encouragement, motivation, wealth strategies to be the best that they can be. So as the leader that I am, I have an obligation. I have an obligation to my family. I have an obligation to my clients. And if I'm not putting myself first, and I just have to keep going. If I'm going to be
Yeah.
selfish, then I'm going to quit. When
Yeah,
life is life, and if I'm selfish, I'm doing nothing.
that's right.
But I can't be a selfish person. I've got to fulfill my obligations, my God-given destiny.
All right. So this is another awesome question for you. What role has networking and building relationships
Oh,
played in your success?
so I could probably talk forever on this one, but so networking and building relationships has been the cornerstone to my success. Your network is your net worth. And in times where, sometimes you just need to run ideas by somebody else. There's a saying that says you're the average of the 5 people you hang around with. Okay. So like I want to put myself, and I have put myself in circles of influence, circles that have credibility, but I'm not just taking. I'm not just taking.
Yeah.
And so I want that
Yeah.
to be important. So when you are out there networking, it's not about what's in it for me, but it's about what's in it for them and how can I help somebody else. And so, you definitely have to show up. You have to follow up. Tony's going to say that's going to help you blow up. And so it's critical. And networking is not always about business. I've been to some networking events and I've made some great relationships. You and I, that, when my mom was in the hospital, you're like, call me, what do you need? And you showed up at the hospital, right? So it's also about personal. So when you can do life with your business partners, with your, and build those relationships with those people that you meet, sky's the limit. And just,
Yes.
yeah. And just because someone can't help you today, you still need to do that good deed because it's going to come around full circle and they may not be able to repay you, but you're going to get your blessings elsewhere. And Zig Ziglar says, you help enough people get what they want, you're going to get what you want.
That's it. And it comes from a different direction
Yeah,
sometimes. And sometimes it takes time for those seeds to flourish. So you hit
absolutely.
all the nails on the head. I've trained you well. What advice would you give an inspiring entrepreneur about taking risk and making bold decisions?
I love this. I love this. One of my mentors way back in the day, he said, just do it. Like doing something is better than doing nothing at all. So if you wait for that moment where everything is perfect, all the stars are aligned, it's never going to happen. So, um, ignorance on fire, basically that means just get it done, right or wrong, just get it done, is better than knowledge on ice, meaning you got to wait for everything to be perfect. You got to know it. So take the risk, be bold about it. And if you mess up, that's okay. When I was in corporate America, multiple six figures, controller, whatever, all my different roles, I would always tell my employees the only person that's not making mistakes is the one that doesn't work.
That's
The only
right.
person that doesn't make mistakes is the one that doesn't work. Entrepreneurship is the same way. Just do it scared. You're going to make mistakes. You're not going to get it right. And that's okay. The only way that would not be okay is if you are a surgeon. Like, don't be operating on me making mistakes.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Awesome. Okay. So, can you share a story of a major setback you faced in life or business and how you turned that into an opportunity?
Yeah, absolutely. So my major setback was losing a legacy business that I thought and was told that I was building it for my family. I was building it for my retirement. I could give it to my grandbabies. I could will it to my grandbabies. And that just came crushing down. Like this huge dream, putting into action, blood, sweat, and tears. Like, I mean, I gave up so much of my time. That was like, it was a lot. Like, and I also was building legacies for other women. And so not only did I lose my hope, but other women lost their hope and their dreams. And I took that really hard. Like many people don't know. Toni, I don't even know if I really told you. I was like in a real depression for about
Yeah,
6 months.
I know. I know. I was there.
Yeah. 6 months in a real depression because it wasn't just about me, but it was about a lot of other women. And so what I did is it really pushed me to pivot. It pushed me to pivot to wealth strategy. I mean, that's really what it did. Because here's what I know, what I know, what I know. Entrepreneurship is a people business. It's a relationship business. It really doesn't matter what services you have to offer, what products you have to offer. Entrepreneurship is all about relationships. It's all about relationships. And so what I knew is I was able to take everything that I learned, all my professional development, all my personal development, all the relationships I built in those 7+ years, that just went from here to nothing overnight. In fact, when we were in Canada, right, on an international speaking engagement, and it helped me to pivot. It helped me to learn more about resilience, so that way I could educate more on resilience. And so it's really allowed me to create new opportunities. And I like the saying, when one door closes, girlfriend, there's gonna be another one that opens with a golden handle. And that's what happened here.
Awesome. Yeah, that was devastating for all of us just to watch it happen for so many people. So, yeah. What role has mentorship or coaching played in your entrepreneurial journey?
It's actually been instrumental in my journey because mentorship and coaching is, in my opinion, it's just important in all areas of your life, professionally, personally, spiritually, financially. We don't know what we don't know. And if you think you know it all, you're probably wrong. A lot of times that's just a little ego getting to us. And I remember, so the wealth strategies that I that I love and that I coach on and I help clients on, I was actually introduced to a certain wealth strategy about 10 years ago, but it wasn't traditional. I'm like, oh no, like I was just had a little
Mhm.
ego because I was flying high. I was flying high in
Mhm.
my role in my career. And I just wasn't open to anything new.
Mhm.
But had I listened, it could
Mhm.
be a little bit different today. So I just encourage people continue to learn. And a lot of times that's just through getting mentors and coaching and being able to just bounce ideas off of somebody that's non-biased, that doesn't have a vested interest.
Yeah, very good. Um, what's one piece of advice you'd give someone starting their entrepreneurial journey?
Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Don't doubt yourself. There is so many other people out there waiting for you to fail. You don't be one of them. Don't be one of them. Believe in
Mm.
yourself, because there's no one else that knows it better than you know it. Um, I remember when I first started doing public speaking, I was so nervous. And rightfully so. I still get nervous, right? I still get butterflies. But here's the thing: nobody knows what I'm supposed to say. So if I mess up, just keep rolling. They're not going to know. Nobody knows your content. Nobody knows your business. Nobody knows your products. Nobody knows your service better than you do. So just keep on rolling with it.
I do have an extended question that's not on the list, and that is, but Jeanna, my background says I shouldn't believe in myself. I've been pushed down for so long. People haven't believed in me. How does someone go from being a 14-year-old teenage mother to believing in herself? How do you do that?
How do you get the confidence to move forward? When your background, when your past, when people tell you that you're not worthy, you can't do it. Here is my number one piece of advice. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. There's this little, I have a kind spirit. I have a generous spirit, I have an encouraging spirit. But there is this little thing sitting right here on my shoulder that says, prove them wrong. And it just keeps me going. That's how I got the confidence. Prove them wrong.
Prove
As
them wrong.
a 14-year-old mom, I had a lot of people talking about me. She'll never finish college. She'll never finish high school. Top 5% of my school, baby. And it was just I'm gonna prove you wrong. And so it was a game. I'm just gonna prove you wrong. I win.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. So, this is a good one for you. How do you balance work and personal life? And what drastic measures have you done to achieve this balance, if there's such a thing?
Yeah. Does work-life balance really, family balance really exist? I don't know. But it has to be with being intentional. You have to be intentional with your time. You have to be organized. You have to be disciplined. And I'm not going to lie, Tony. Last year was a really rough year with my family and just a lot of different things going on. And I had just become undisciplined. And so at the beginning of this year, I did something called the 75 Hard Challenge. I don't recommend it for a lot of people because it's definitely hard, but it got me back on track. And so you have to just be organized. That's the main thing. But the other thing that I wanted to share is don't overcommit yourself. Get good. As women, we always want to please people. We want to be people pleasers. And so it is okay to, when people, and especially, Tony, especially when you're influential, you do a lot of good, you get asked to do a lot. And I know I do. And I never wanted to tell people this. So the way I've learned this balance is to learn to say no. And I'm going to teach you real quick. When someone asks you to volunteer for something or they ask you to do something, it is okay to say, Toni, thank you so much for thinking of me, but I'm going to have to say no. That's it. Don't give an explanation. No explanation is needed. Once I learned that, so for me, the way I do it is if it doesn't align with those goals and aspirations of my season, and remember, those are going to change from time to time. If someone comes and asks me something today and it's not aligning with my goals and aspirations in this season of life, I'm going to say, thank you for thinking of me, but I'm going to have to say no.
Awesome. Very good. That is simple. And that comes with maturity too. Because when you're younger, you want to prove yourself. And then you try to do too much. And so the more you mature, the more you recognize what's truly important. And I've always respected you because you manage it pretty darn well.
Thank
Your
you.
weekends are family time, and you had to learn to get to that point, but you pretty much are very staunch about. In fact, there are some times now that I think about inviting you to something on a weekend. I'm like, she ain't going. So
Yeah. I
that
wanted
in
to
it.
follow up to that. You're right. It does come with maturity. But I think even before that happens, it comes with your mindset. And I feel that so many entrepreneurs have a scarcity mindset. And when you have a scarcity mindset, you're casting your net out everywhere, just trying to capture something. But when we know we can trade good for great, right? So we don't have to have that scarcity mindset. We can just continue to focus on the things that are going to impact our goals and our aspirations in this season of life. And if it doesn't align with that, then it's okay to say no, because provisions will come your way. You will get to pay your bills. You will get to put food on your table.
Absolutely. All right. What's the legacy you want to leave, and how do you plan to achieve that?
You know, the legacy that I want to leave is empowerment. I want to leave that legacy of empowerment to women so they can carry that down for generations and generations to their family, to their children, to their great grandchildren. And so the way that I plan to achieve that legacy of empowerment to women is through I created a champion blueprint plan. So I do public speaking engagements on that. I do some individual engagements on that, but through mentoring, coaching, and supporting women. But I would tell you, it really, when we can change that one person, that woman in the household, that woman in the head of the business, in the in the boardroom or in the kitchen, that we can help that one woman, the whole family is going to be impacted for generations to come.
Absolutely. All right. So what does it mean to be a part of this book? What does being a part of this book mean to you? And what message do you hope to convey to the readers?
First of all, it's an honor to be a part of this book and to be a part of the community. I know that book publishing, public speaking, that's not for everyone. Toni's going to help you do it scared. So if you've never, published a book, if you've never been a public speaker, Toni can help you. But for me, it's an honor. And really what makes it so exciting is that I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, my voice needs to be heard. I know I have a message. I know that I have a gift that women need to hear. And for this book, which I already know, we're going to be the bestseller. We're going to be a bestseller. So for this book to be out and my message being heard, and really it's just the starting point, right? So someone's going to pick up the book. It's just the starting point, and they're going to connect with many different stories. They're going to connect with many different authors in this book, and then to continue to build. So it's just like networking. It's just like dating. Nothing's really, I mean, you go on a date, you're not going to ask the guy to marry you the first time. Well, he's probably not going to ask you to marry him, right? The first time. So it's just part of those stepping stones to build confidence and build that legacy. So it's just an honor. So thank you for inviting me to be a part of this book compilation.
And what is that overall message you want the readers to get from you listening or reading your story?
I want the overall readers to know, listen, you may be broken in the past, you may be broken now. You may not know what your future holds, because I surely didn't know at 14 and pregnant that my life would be such a success. You get to determine your destiny. You just have to keep marching forward. And so I want, I want our readers to know, don't quit. Just keep going, keep moving. You might take one step forward and 2 steps back today, but I promise you, you're going to be taking all the steps forward, and you're going to reach your dreams if you just don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit on yourself. Don't quit on your family. Don't quit on the people that need you most.
Very good. So tell everybody how to get in touch with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can reach me on my website, Jeanna with a J, Jeanna Bumpas, Bumpas, JeannaBumpas.com. I would make a little joke about that, but you reach me at JeannaBumpas.com, or you can email me at Jeanna@JeannaBumpas.com.
Well, Jeanna, thank you so much for your energy, your passion, loving me enough to say, help me with my business. And this is just the next step in our journey together. This is Toni Harris-Taylor saying, take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.